Hey, this is Dr. Cody Sight with your functional fitness tip. And today we're going to talk about how to use dumbbells in order to challenge frontal plane stability. So frontal plane stability is that side-to-side movement. Okay, so we're trying to work against through our core and through our trunk. And I say we're going to use dumbbells, really we're going to use one dumbbell. Because in order to really challenge frontal plane stability, side-to-side stability, we need to be unbalanced. Okay, that means really one dumbbell at a time with nothing on the other side. If I have two dumbbells, then I am balanced. There really is no frontal plane stability. There's nothing challenging me to be pulled to one side or the other. And that's what we need to create. We need to create the effect of being pulled to one side so that then we can work those core and those trunk muscles down to the hip as well in order to achieve frontal plane stability. So one exercise that we'll do is a one-hand overhead shoulder press. Okay, right like this. Okay, so that's challenging frontal plane stability because this weight over here in my hand is trying to pull me down, and I'm having to use my core and my trunk to keep myself upright while I do the shoulder press. So it's good for the shoulder, but I'm also achieving that frontal plane challenge as well. Now, one thing that we know about kind of lever systems and the biomechanics of the body is that the further I get away from the body, then the more turning or twisting force that gets created. So I can also take this dumbbell and do a lateral raise out to the side. And because that dumbbell is so far away from my body now, it's actually creating more of a turning or a twisting force. It's trying to pull me down even heavier. Now, typically, when I do a shoulder press, I can use a lot heavier weight than I can with a lateral dumbbell raise. I'm just showing you the same dumbbell right now. So some of those are going to offset each other. But when I'm shoulder press, lateral raise, all good for frontal plane stability. Even if I just did arm curls with one arm, because the weight is still on one side of my body, I don't have anything in the other hand, okay, then I'm still achieving that frontal plane challenge and having to stabilize against it. But it's not as difficult, really, to use a lighter weight in an arm curl than it's used like a shoulder press or even a lateral raise. Now, another way to achieve this frontal plane challenge is even when I take typical exercises and just put a weight in one hand and not the other hand. So when I'm doing lunges, okay, when I'm doing lunges, I'm doing that for my lower body, right? But as I step forward and come back, if I put a weight in one hand, it creates an additional challenge in my body altogether, but now I'm unbalanced. So it's trying to pull me over to the side while I step out and step back. So a lot of different creative ways in which you can use dumbbells to challenge frontal plane stability, but really the rule and the key is that it needs to be unbalanced with a weight or a resistance on one side of the body and not on the other. Okay, so if you often see people kind of doing this core movement where they're doing these side bends, okay, and they've got a dumbbell in each hand, they're really not doing anything, okay? Because yes, they're trying to lift this weight up when they lean over, but the weight in this hand is helping pull them over as well. So they really haven't achieved anything. And again, that's not really for stability, okay? That's a movement exercise. And so if I just stand here with a heavy weight in my hand, if it's really heavy and it's really trying to pull me over and I just resist against it for 10 seconds, that in and of itself is a really good, really effective core stability exercise to challenge the core in the frontal plane. And that's your functional fitness tip of the day.